that specific topic was, and it is going to be board games. Now, there's a good reason for this, but I can't have this conversation on my own. Of course, I need the Boston boy himself, Tommy Toy Travels. Tommy, how are you? Are you all right?
No, I'm not all right. I am not all right now.
Okay. What
Okay,
is
now I am. Sorry. I was having two of you coming out of my ears
okay?
because I still have the video open from
Okay.
YouTube. How are you, Days?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hello to Hayden. Hello, Moldly Spoon. Hello, Crossover. It's a beautiful Thursday. Tuesday, WWE's on to AEW's on tonight.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about board games, so I'm excited. I think I broke my mic. Is it working? Hello?
Your mic's working really well, actually. It
Okay.
sounds to me like it's working really well. So I think we're all good to go. Yeah, I've been giving it some thought, like the podcast, and I've been trying to figure out like what it's really difficult because anything that happens on Raw, I talk about like extensively on the Raw watch along, and I talk about in the Raw review. Obviously, coming in to get your thoughts is really interesting, but I know that you don't watch like all of the shows all of the time. So it kind of makes it a little bit of a weird kind of situation we find ourselves in where it's like we want to talk about wrestling, but we kind of already have, or like there's not like tons to actually dig into. So, okay, I kind of did something this week which was a little bit different, and that is I explored the world of board games. Now, I know that this might be a bit boring for some people out there. I promise you, there's some really fascinating stuff. I've got some amazing pictures of some awesome looking board games. But the reason why is because Christmas is round the corner. And for the first time in I don't know how long, I am planning on having a day with my family where we do something, right? Chances are a board game will be involved. So before we go any further, what's your relationship like with board games? Have you ever like really sat down and played them with your family? Is it something that you care about? Is it something that you've explored? Is it a world that you've ventured into? Because I'll be honest, it's not a world that we've ever gone. We always play Monopoly, and that is it. We never play anything other than Monopoly. So my eyes this week have been, I can't believe what's out there, to be honest.
I grew up board game positive. I grew up with a Batman Forever Monopoly board.
Okay.
And that was like my big introduction. My friends were the classic, hey, we're gonna play board games. It's a Friday night and we're not partying, we're just playing board games all night. So yeah, I played some weird stuff. I haven't dabbled too much in D&D, but that's not really a board game. That's a role-playing game. So I would say my realm is majority board game when it comes to gaming.
Yeah. So, what is there one that you've got to go to? It's like if you used to sit down with friends or family, like what are the
Uno.
do you want to know? I have never played it.
It's so fun.
How does it actually work?
You put down cards.
Yeah.
It's better to do it with multiple people, but you can do it with two.
I know
And
that
like you
that was a
do it
big
based on
part.
numbers or colors.
It was a big part on Up, Up, Down, Down. They seem to have tons of Uno videos.
It's so fun. It is so freaking fun.
How many people can play?
I've seen groups of like 7.
Okay, so like a family of 4 or 5, that would work fine.
Oh, beautifully,
Yeah.
Days.
So are you telling me that for Christmas, like, just get is it a pack of cards? Well, I don't even know what it will get.
Yep.
An Uno. What's an Uno?
It's a pack of cards.
It's just a
It's a
pack
deck of Uno cards, yeah. So technically it's a card game, not really a board game. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to get all pissy with me right now.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. You see, the reason why we're talking about this is because it's very unusual for me to have done anything other than streaming.
What happened? What happened? How take us down this path?
Take you on the walk.
I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's really for the longest time I've always wanted to have like an amazing solo gaming experience or a cooperative gaming experience. I've always wanted some sort of gaming experience that has been really enjoyable. And that, to be honest, is why I got a Steam Deck. I mean, I got a Steam Deck because I wanted to get back into playing Fallout 3 and playing Fallout. And looking at some of the other games. I've never played Skyrim.
And Fallout 3 doesn't even work on it, right?
Well, it sort of works. I mean, it will play it. It's just that the text is like quite small, and obviously there's a lot of text, and so I would imagine that it would be a challenge, but I think you could make it work.
Okay.
But to be honest, I already had Fallout 3, and I've been playing it on my PC. But I can't remember how quite the jump was made. I think I was talking to my brother, and we were talking about Christmas. And then a light bulb just went off in my head, because I've been thinking about Fallout. I've been thinking about Skyrim. I've been thinking about those kind of video games. And a light bulb went off in my head.
Hang on. Did you say brother?
Yeah, I've got a brother, a younger brother.
Oh my gosh. Okay, who's writing your biography right now? We just got a massive
big reveal.
Confirmation.
Big reveal. Yeah. Big
reveal. Tell us, can you tell us like a fun fact about your brother?
He's a security guard.
Oh,
pretty fun.
That's so dope.
That's pretty fun.
That's so dope. Has he met anyone famous?
Do you know, I've never asked him.
Okay.
It's pretty bad, isn't it? I probably should have asked him.
Probably should have, yeah.
Yeah, I know that he has met Trent Reznor. I know that.
Of 9 Inch Nails.
Of 9 Inch Nails fame.
Of Facebook the movie. Oh, sorry. I couldn't complete that joke. I started choking.
So yeah, I know that he's met Trent Reznor, but I haven't had a conversation with him for a long time about any celebrities that have been in his world. But yeah, I was talking to him anyway, and we was talking about Christmas, and it just dawned on me, like, I've been looking at video games. Why have I never looked? I've never looked at board games. Why have I never looked to see if there's an amazing one? Because you can get one-player board games, you know. Amazing one-player board games or amazing, like, cooperative board games. I have found a game this week that I am addicted to.
Wait, one-player board game?
Yeah. Did you know there's a game called Gloomhaven, right? And that's one player, and you go on quests, and it's massive. Like, this Gloomhaven game is like £100 and something. It'll be over $100 for the actual board game. You can get a smaller kind of intro version of it, which I think is called the Jaws of something. Gloomhaven, the
Jaws of the Lion.
Yeah, Jaws of the Lion. That, I believe, is like, it can work as an extension, an expansion, but it's standalone as well. So you can, a lot of people rave about that. I've watched so many videos on board games, hence why I've got all this kind of information that I wanted to spill out. I've got some images as well of some cool looking board games. I've got an image of the game that I'm currently addicted to. And I've also got some games that I'm really interested in checking out in the future. But
Holy cannoli!
Holy cannoli.
I'm looking at it. Gosh, that's an expensive game.
Wait, the main one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main one. But the hours of content there is stunning. It's crazy.
What if you don't like it?
You'll be trapped in Gloomhaven. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
So what is it that you play then?
I don't know, because that's usually at friends' houses.
Oh, so you don't know the name of the games?
No.
Okay, but Uno is definitely up there.
Uno's one I own. I mostly own card games because I've never really had like a space to put board games. I know Blockus is fun. The war one. I would play that a lot with my dad. Risk. I would play Risk with my father growing up.
Okay.
But no, I don't really have space for board games because they do take a lot of space.
Yeah. We've never been into, we're not a board game family. We very rarely sit down. I mean, we have gone, like, I would say, decades without playing a board game in this house. So it's really not part of who we are. But it is something that we would sit down and do if someone proposed it. If someone was like, look, I've got this game, do you fancy having a go? People would give it a go. So I've been trying to find the game. I'll tell you the game I'm addicted to right now. I've got an image that I'm going to put on screen. It's called Catan.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah, yeah. Settlers.
yeah, you've heard of it?
Yeah.
Man, this thing, it's won so many awards. It came out in 1995, and this thing, I've never even heard of it. I've never even heard of this game, but it is so much fun. Basically, like you put your village down, and your village is touching three hexagons, and those hexagons have got numbers. And if those numbers are rolled, then you will get certain resources. And it's all about building up your resources, and that'll allow you to buy things and upgrade things. And basically, it's about growing your villages, growing them to cities, and it all plays out on this like little island that's full of resources. It's so clever. It's so clever. So addictive, and it's literally arrived today. That I've just had sent in from Amazon today. It arrived today. I woke up with a package, and that was it, Catan. And it's so much fun. Like I've actually downloaded the online version of it, and you can play it on your phone. You can play it on PC. You can play, I think, one game a day for free, or you can actually just buy it for like £5. So I just bought it for £5. And honestly, it's so.
Wait,
addictive.
you bought it for $5?
Yeah. Not the board game, the digital.
Oh, thank the Lord. Yeah,
the digital one.
I have that too.
Do you?
Yeah, board games are mad expensive days. That's why, like right now, I'm researching that one player game.
I got Catan. I did buy it. I bought the board game for £25, which I didn't think was that bad. I think normally it's about 35, but it was down to 25. And yeah, love it. I kind of feel like it's one of those games that a fair few people are going to know, and I'm one of the only people in the world that just never played it, never even heard of it. I thought it was going to be so hard to get, but most toy shops have got it. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how ignorant I am in this world. But what I've got is a few pictures that I'm just going to show people of some really cool looking games. There's one here called Photosynthesis. This just looks really nice. It just looks, the art style and everything looks great. I have no idea what the aim of the game is. So I can't like walk you through this one because this is not one that I've really researched, but it did feature on quite a few best looking board games. And it's all to do with like trees, and I think growing trees and building some kind of forest. But as I said, the actual mechanics of it, I'm not too sure, but it looks nice. It looks really cool. It's got a great art style to it. And the other one that people rave about as well is called Tokyo Highway. I've got an image of that. Look at this. Like the Tokyo Highway doesn't even feel like a board game, but it is classed as a board game. And basically what you do is you have to build roads, and each road, I think, has to go underneath another road. And so you keep building it. And if you successfully do that, then you can put one of your colored cars on that road. And so I think it's a game of like building and constructing and trying to constantly build roads. And again, I'm not 1,000,000% sure how you actually win the game. I would imagine it's probably until you can't build any more roads. But yeah, man, you could just keep going and build that thing on a table if friends were coming round. Like that would look incredible. Like that's when loads of like awards for like how amazing it looks. So yeah, I just don't know. This whole world has just absolutely grabbed me, and I can't believe how many YouTube channels there are of like board game channels and reviews on board games. Top 10 strategy games, top 10 family games, top 10 solo player games. So interesting. So interesting. Was there ever a game that you wanted to actually play and get your hands on and have a go with? Or is it a world you've not really ventured into?
Gloomhaven right now. That's what I've been doing. I've been trying to find how to get this cheap, but you can't.
Is that a game that you'd put some time into, do you think?
If it's first player, one person, hell yeah, why not?
Yeah. I mean, I must admit, I looked at it and thought, like, It's I wish I'd set up a picture of Gloomhaven, to be honest. I didn't know we were going to spend so long on it, but
Yeah, of
yeah,
course we are.
it's got like little miniature figures, and the board is a bit weird because you can actually set it up in a few different ways. There's a big book that comes with it, and basically what you do is it is one big campaign, but it's broken down into little scenarios. So, scenario 1 is this, and then scenario 2 is this, and then scenario 3 is this. So you don't just play the whole thing in one go because it's like 300 hours worth of like adventure. But it's broken into scenarios, and each scenario is about an hour long, and so you can go through the story and play out the story and play the game like that way. And yeah, it works with friends, and it works as a one-player game. I'm really fascinated with that. I mean, to be honest, like when I actually stop and think about, okay, do you ever really have the amount of time to sit down and like set a board game up and play like a solo adventure? Like, I just don't. I really don't. So I feel like the idea grabs me more than maybe me actually going out buying it and playing it. But I have been playing Catan, and I have been
Yeah.
playing Catan this week on my phone on the Steam. You can actually get it on Steam as well, Catan.
That's where I've played it,
Yeah,
and in person.
I just can't believe that like games like that exist. I mean, I've led such a sheltered life. I thought board games were things like Life, Monopoly, Cluedo. Do you know, like the big hitters that you just see everywhere all the time? And like to see like there's this whole world of like really interesting board games, which I've just not even heard of. I think is really cool. There was always one game I wanted when I was a kid, and it's kind of one of those kind of Monopoly type games. It's this one here. It's called Ghost Castle. I don't know if you have it in America, but I remember playing this when I was a kid. A friend of mine had this, and I absolutely loved it. I really wanted to get my hands on this because it looks amazing. You build it up, and it looks like a haunted castle, a haunted house, and you kind of go through the different rooms. Again, I can't remember the aim of the game. I think it's to like get to the ghost or something. But you basically work your way around the board, and then you have to go up the steps at the end. And there's like a marble that can come down. It's very much for kids. But that was one that as a kid I really wanted, and I really wanted to like play, but I never got it. In all fairness, I mean, I think I very quickly moved on to video games, so it's one of those. But yeah, I think I saw that they still make this, so believe it or not, I might end up picking this up as well, just to have a go on it and kind of relive my youth a little bit. So yeah, Ghost Castle is there. I don't know if they have that in America or in Canada, but yeah, very cool.
I had something like that. I had something cool. Like, God, there were so many cool board games like Mousetrap and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's very
Uh,
Mousetrap-esque. Yes.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I mean, I love those kind of games you just want to play again, like those kind of campaign games that we talk about, Gloomhaven and maybe Mousetrap, maybe like you play them once, whatever. But Catan, I think it's the strategy side of it where you're like, man, if I'd just done that instead, I reckon I could have won that last. And then that's how you get hooked, and that's how like you keep coming back to it. Like I should have started there, should have gone for that instead, or I should have gone for that square. And so you go, let me have one more game, and I'll see actually if I tried that instead. I would imagine that's very similar with like chess. I mean, I've never massively been into chess, but I do know how to play it.
Yeah.
And I could imagine that, if you was really someone that enjoyed the game of chess, imagine that would be something that you'd be like, oh man, if I'd have moved that instead earlier, I could have done this, I could have done that type thing.
So the chat wants to know
Mm.
what your thoughts are on Ghostbusters, the video game.
Yeah, I've not played it.
Okay.
Ghostbusters, the video. Oh, what? Because of Ghost Castle?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've never played it. I'd be really interested in a Ghostbusters board game. Yeah, there's got to be some. Oh, look, there is actually. There is a Ghostbusters board game. It looks kind of cool as well because you get the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which is amazing. So again, let me show people. People want Ghostbusters, we give them Ghostbusters. That's how this works. So we gotta say that, but probably just eat. Yeah, I'd be interested. Ask people what their favorite games are. I'd be genuinely interested to know.
Sonny's saying Raft, but that's an online game. People are saying Connect 4, Checkers. And I want to point out that Gloomhaven was free on Epic Game Store in September.
What do you mean, a video game version of it?
Yeah, kind of like your Catan.
So you could play it for. Hang on, there's a Gloomhaven video. Hang on,
I have it. Woo! Let's go, baby! And right next to it, Ghostbusters, the video game.
What are you? Hang on, what are you talking about?
Epic Game Store. Every week they have free games.
Yes.
And one in September, they had it for free.
Isn't that so annoying? How much is it? How much is it now?
$35.
That's still not. It's still not too bad, but it's still So you could play the game, own it for free in September.
For free.
And that was September. That was like 3 weeks ago.
Daze, you got to get yourself an Epic Games account. Next week, Fallout 3 is free.
What do you got, Fallout 3? Is that this week's game?
No, that's next week. This week is Darkwood and Toe Jam and Earl.
Love Toe Jam and Earl.
And people figured out how you can use these on your Steam Deck. So,
okay, that's cool. So you just
Apples to Apples. That's a fun one.
A video game.
Battleship. No, they're saying board games. Cards Against Humanity.
I've never played that.
No, yeah,
I've never. I think you've got to be in the right group for Cards Against Humanity, haven't you?
Yeah, they try. They always try and play that at work. That's not going to happen.
Do they?
Yeah.
Man, I don't. I'd have to be with friends for that. I mean, that's not a family game, is it?
No.
I am tempted in going for Uno, though. I am tempted in giving that. I'm going to write that down.
You should.
Connect. I mean, like Connect 4, obviously, played that, but that's like a 2-person kind of family thing. But
just is William Hensey in the chat? Does anyone know?
I would imagine so.
Because I have something to tell him.
Oh. Right, let's have a look. I've got a couple of others to mention. Have you seen the Walking Dead game? All Out War. There's a Walking Dead game. It's called All Out War. And it's miniatures. So a little bit like Gloomhaven. You get a bit of like road as the ground. And a couple of like flat cars like that have been printed onto some cards. I mean, obviously you can change those for proper cars if you got the size correct. But yeah, there's like a whole video board game called for the Walking Dead called All Out War. I was looking at that as well. I was really tempted by that because I love Walking Dead and I've been watching it now that it's come back. So big fan of that whole franchise and that show. So yeah, I was looking at these, like you can paint the figures up and everything. I feel like that's a slippery slope though, because I think you are then going into Dungeons and Dragons, aren't you? And
and it's always really expensive.
Yeah. And tons of time. And where are you going to put it? Because I'm the kind of person that when I start something, I really don't do things by half measure. If I'm going to get a figure, I'm going to end up with 500. If I'm going to start a board game that's going to be like Dungeons and Dragons, I'm going to be a dungeon master.
Warhammer, yeah.
No, I mean,
Just Nick says there's a Fallout board game.
Yeah, yeah. Good shout, Just Nick. I did see that, but to be honest, didn't see it getting mentioned on many of the kind of great board game videos. So it was definitely on my radar because I love Fallout. But because it wasn't getting shouted about much, I was kind of like, oh, perhaps it was a bit of a misstep. Perhaps it isn't the strongest of games. And to be honest, I never really went any further than that. I don't know if it's a 1-player or a 2-player. Maybe if it was a 1-player, I might go for it because I really enjoy Fallout. So maybe I'd just give it a go if it's a 1-player. But yeah, I'm so taken with this world. This whole thing has been such a voyage of discovery for me. Having a look and
go to PAX Unplugged sometime.
Yeah, get past that. PAX Unplugged.
It's a game convention, but it's just all board games.
Well, the final one I was gonna show was this. It was called Ticket to Ride. This is the one that's
the big one. Love the Beatles.
This is the one that everyone raves about. I mean, this I've got an image on screen. It's the European version.
She's got a ticket to ride.
I don't know if they've done any other Beatles themed. I should imagine they have actually. I wonder if there is a Beatles board game, but
yeah,
I'd have to think so. But yeah, this one, like, you basically build train lines, which sounds really dull, but apparently it's actually quite interesting. And this seems to be at the top of a lot. Seems to be at the top of a lot of kind of lists of the best board games. Yeah, I'm into it.
Someone said to check out Avalon Hill on Hasbro Pulse. I'm looking at it. Like, why did you tell us to look at this? Don't tell us to look at something without telling us why we're supposed to look at it, Jamie. Come on, Jamie.
What's it called? Avalon Hill.
Yeah, like there's 50 million Avalon Hill things here on Hasbro Pulse. Like, what are we supposed to be looking at?
Yeah, in all fairness, I think they're a make, aren't they, of board
they're
game.
a maker? Okay, then that makes sense.
I believe so.
Oh my gosh, never mind. I'm a bozo.
There is a game that I've just seen here, which you might really like, and actually the people in the chat might really like, and I was going to...
Eldritch Horror.
No.
I hear that's good.
I've never heard of it, to be honest. I'll have to jot that down. I've got an image here of the one I was going to talk about. This is Betrayal at House on the Hill. And
that's a good game.
Oh, you've heard of that?
No, but everyone wants me to play it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, again, I'm not sure if this can be... I don't know how many players this is, to be honest. I don't know if you can play this on your own. But basically, what's really interesting about this one is the board builds as you explore the house. So you start on one square, and then if you go in a certain direction, you then have to take a certain card, and you build and unveil the house as you move into the different rooms. And when you're in different rooms, obviously there's different challenges in each room and different things you have to do in there. And then there's certain cards you have to get. I mean, I understand that a lot of this, you listen to it and you're like, oh, sounds like a lot of work, whatever. But once you actually pick it up and once you actually you kind of got your head around it, so much fun. I mean, that has featured on tons of best board game lists. Tons. Like, I really am. If there was another game I was going to pick up, it might be that one. That might be the one that I would go for.
I want to. Like, people tell me it's really fun because I like horror shit. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Like, check it out.
Sorry.
I had a Spider-Man poster over there. Check it out.
Whoa.
Sorry. Scary warning.
Scary. Spoiler.
Yeah, spoilers. Sorry. And I got a new hoodie.
You've got such random stuff on your walls.
Want to see my new hoodie?
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I haven't seen it though.
Where did you get that from?
I forget the name. It's like a Stash Pages, but for horror.
Slash Pages.
They should. Yo, did you see? They're making like, apparently in Japanese wrestling there was Freddy Krueger, Jason, like all that stuff, and he made a Halloween shirt for them.
Who?
From Wings. Stash Pages.
Oh, okay, I didn't know what we were talking about then. So Stash Pages made a shirt for Freddie and Jake. What's in that? Is that a love letter? What's going on? What's this? Is that
William here?
Is that a personal thank you from Stash Pages?
Someone bought merch from a wrestler that actually appreciates fans.
Oh, okay. Listen,
Are we done with board games?
Yeah, I'm done with board games.
Okay.
The only thing I would say is that if anyone has any like really great recommendations, things that they really love playing, hit me up, man. I'm definitely open to it because I am loving Catan. It is so good, and yeah, I've really enjoyed kind of looking into that world this week. So that's it for board games. What the flip is this?
You know how I got that e-scooter, right?
Yeah.
I gotta design it. I gotta put some stickers on it so people know it's mine. So again, there's one wrestler. Well, there are a couple of wrestlers we support on this channel. Those being Love Doug, Shazza McKenzie, and the third. It's right here.
I don't know who the third is.
I'm opening it.
I mean, it was LMK, but
who's that?
That hurt.
Who's that?
That really hurt.
Who is that? Jim Gore said,
I do know the third. I just remember
the new Hellraiser movie. I did, Jim Gore. I thought it was okay. It needed to be a bit more horny. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Look at that. Just because I bought merch.
If this is from the person that I'm thinking it's from, then she shouldn't be doing these things because isn't she a heel?
Thank you for your support, best Becca.
I mean, that is amazing. But isn't she the one that gave you deodorant?
Look at this. Yeah, she did give me deodorant. Well, that's someone looking out. She's looking out for the best of the people.
That's true. That's true.
And I got like OG Becca merch.
That's Garfield.
Yeah. But then
Garfield is OG Becca.
Got the sticker. No chill for my e-scoot.
No chill.
For my e-scoot, that's Becca. And is William Hensey here?
I don't know if he is. He might be off.
William's not here, quote Sonny. Come on, William. I had an announcement for you.
He might be off murdering.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
You know what he's like.
I heard about that. Yeah, I saw that news story too. You never know who these people are in our community till you find out.
Well, can you tell us and then we can tell him?
I thought about the murder.
Sorry, well.
So are we going to talk about wrestling?
If you want to.
AEW and NXT head-to-head. It is the Tuesday Night War, baby. Do you know why TNT moved to tonight?
Baseball?
No one likes baseball. Is that really it?
I thought it was.
Oh, okay. That's a kind of lame reason.
I thought you had like another reason that you was going to go. No, actually.
No, I
you didn't know. Okay, yeah, I think it's baseball.
Just curious.
No, I don't think it. I don't think they're trying to start like a big war or anything. I think it genuinely is just baseball.
Well, you already decided which one you're watching.
Well, I am watching both, but it is Tuesday, and Tuesday is NXT night. That's what we do. So it would kind of feel a bit off. I can't abandon NXT, can I?
Sounds like brand tribalism from my end.
Wow. If it was a Wednesday, then I would lean towards AEW. But it's a Tuesday, so I'm leaning towards NXT. And I ain't gonna do I ain't making a thumbnail that's got AEW and NXT on because that just gets like a bit confusing, and then you get AEW fans that want you to watch AEW. Why are you bothering with NXT? And then you get NXT fans that are like, it's a Tuesday. Why are you watching? Like, it's a no-win situation.
No-win scenario.
It's a no-win scenario.
It's like tweeting at LMK. No win will come out of that.
The best way to deal with it is to just pretend it's not happening. That's my approach. And I would stand by that in life. If you find yourself in a difficult situation, ignore it, and the chances are it will just go away. So, yeah, that's kind of the approach I've taken to this war that's happening tonight.
Well, it's tribalism on your end. You are choosing WWE. You know they're the better brand. You know that AEW's garbage, and that true wrestling fans watch the underground stuff like Impact, like NXT, like New Japan, like GCW and SmackDown, where like all these mainstream losers just watch Raw or Rampage or whatever. And like you're showing everyone that you're rounded as a wrestling fan. And that some people might say it's tribalism, but they need to check themselves because they're closed-minded, while you have a growth mindset and you're exploring the many facets of wrestling in 2022.
Or I'm just doing what I do every Tuesday. I mean, it's one or the other, isn't it, really?
It's one or the other.
It's definitely one or the other. But
I eat baby food. I'm saying I eat baby food, and you're out here doing these things that no one else is doing. I'm saying people can't judge you for tribalism if I'm out here eating baby food and you're out there busting your arse off week in, week out, streaming NXT every Tuesday. Your fans know it, and you can't let them down, because if you switch to AEW, you will be eating that baby food too.
You've got me pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't let down your people, Daze.
No, and I don't plan on. So, what is it that you are pumped about tonight? Will you be watching either show?
I will be watching The Birds too.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like The Birds, but the sequel.
Got you. For a moment then, I thought I had told you I was watching The Birds.
No,
and you were like, I'm going to watch The Birds too. And I was like, but the first thought I had is, I'm not watching The Birds.
You shouldn't. I don't think it's the best film.
No, well, I feel like The Birds 2 is going to be worse.
Yeah, that's why I'm watching it. Because the first, I didn't like it.
So you're going to give the second one a go?
Yeah.
Where are you watching this, please?
My bedroom. My projector.
So tonight, whilst NXT and AEW are on, you're going to be watching the sequel to The Birds. Yes. Which, should we have a look and see what it got on Rotten Tomatoes?
It was a direct-to-TV, so I don't know if...
Birds 2. I've got Angry Birds 2. Is it that one? Is it that one?
No, it's The Birds 2.
Angry Birds. It keeps coming back with Angry Birds.
I'm not. If I'm watching Angry Birds tonight, I will be angry.
Angry Birds 2 got 73%. That's not bad.
No, we're talking The Birds 2, not Angry Birds 2. Big difference.
84% by the audience.
Of The Birds 2?
Angry Birds 2. It's a good score.
The Birds.
It's a good score. It's a good score.
The Birds.
That puts it quite high, actually.
I just want to correct everyone. I am not watching Angry Birds 2 tonight.
Yeah. Who directed The Birds 2?
Do you want me to Google it?
Yeah. Is it...
or am I supposed to know?
Well, no, I don't know. It's not Hitchcock, is it?
Hell no.
Because he did... Oh, hang on. What year is it from, please?
Like 90s?
Okay.
94.
Okay.
Alan Smithy.
Is it called Land's End?
Yes.
Thank you. Killer birds infest a seaside town where parents take their children for vacation. Why would you take them there?
Yeah, right.
Bad parenting, isn't it? Does it have Brad Johnson?
Yeah.
Does it have Chelsea Field?
Oh, of course.
Does it have Tippi Hedren?
Yeah, returning, yeah.
Yeah, James Norton.
Oh, the classic Nordog.
Jan Rubes.
Okay, Jordan Beeson's confirming it was directed by Alfred Hitchcock 2.
Alfred Hitchcock 2? Like the sequel to Alfred Hitchcock?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's insane. So Alfred Hitchcock did The Birds and Alfred Hitchcock 2 did Birds 2.
Yeah.
That is insane. Oh, didn't
it really is crazy.
I didn't expect that. Hey,
and Miguel wants you to list off other movies that are better than Angry Birds 2, because I think he's getting pissy in here that we trash talking Angry Birds 2. I think he's challenging you. Say, Daze, what other movies are better than it?
I have all I have done is I have read the score from Rotten Tomatoes, right?
Daze, you're gonna have a very angry crowd going into this NXT stream if you don't apologize to all your fans and Angry Birds 2 fans.
I have not trashed Angry Birds, and if that came across, then I apologize on behalf of YouTube for somehow relaying incorrect information, because I have been very clear in saying that was a good score. That was a good score for Angry Birds 2, right? Because let's be honest, the game is trash. Anyone that likes the franchise is cringe. And the fact that it got scored that highly is just flabbergasting. But I've not seen it, because why would I lower myself to go and watch that film? Why would I do that? I'm not going to do that. So I was very clear in saying that was a very good score. That was higher than I was anticipating. Way higher than I was anticipating. So.
Miguel just corrected he wasn't challenging you. He was just wondering what movies are better, because he doesn't know.
Birds 2. You want to know the audience score?
Yeah.
I'm going to put it up on screen. Building up. Also slowly choking.
Is Casey here? If Casey's here, let me know. If William's here, let me know.
Out of 100%, what do you think the audience score for Birds 2?
14.
13.
13.
13.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I went 1 over.
13. That is amazing that you got that close.
Wow.
You know what's funny is that you went really low and you still didn't go low enough. 13%. And before anyone said this is Birds 11, it's not Birds 11. This is Birds
hang on.
2, Land's End. Yeah, this is where the land ends. Get over it.
I like it and review it. I could bring that up to 14% probably.
You're not allowed to, are you?
Why not? I am audience.
Oh, your audience, yeah. To be honest, you should be expert.
I am an expert.
So far there are no reviews on the tomato meter.
Hey Daze, what's your favorite movie? Miguel wants to know. That's what he was asking.
Oh, me and movies don't really get on, to be honest. I'll tell you what one I always recommend, Senna. What's that score at? I love Senna. This is incredible. Incredible.
I also want to confirm documentaries are considered films.
Look at that. 93% from 122 reviews. 95% from over 10,000 ratings. Yeah, this is a serious movie.
Did you say Cena?
Cena movie. You can't see it. No. Even for film goers who aren't racing fans, Senna offers heart-pounding thrills and heartbreaking emotion. I saw that in 2010 in the cinema. It's amazing.
Okay, breaking Boston news. Breaking news from Boston. Yeah. Huge.
Here we go.
Never mind.
Oh, not relevant?
Apparently someone tried to have sex on the beach.
Boston?
Yeah, Boston.
Isn't it cold in October?
It's real cold.
Is that why it's in the news?
Yeah.
Because this person's a flipping hero for giving it a go. Fair play. If that was you, give us a call. Yeah, give us a call. We want to hear from you. We'll get you up on the pod.
Why? What crazy news is going on around you, Daze? It's your turn.
Do you know what? It's no crazy news. I mean, I don't know if you've seen our government. That's probably all the news is being.
No, generated. I'm not talking about government. I'm talking local news, local crazy news, like I just said.
We don't. I don't ever read it. So have a look in the market.
Yeah, tell us the weirdest thing.
Well, I don't know what the weirdest thing is. We'll look together. Here we go. Look.
Okay, Casey's here. Casey, check it out. I got this is my whole library right here.
Market Drayton.
I'm gonna go through your Goodreads.
Latest. Here we go. Here's the latest news. Latest Market Drayton news. Heavily intoxicated man attacked brother with bottle after drinking row. That's top story.
That's a top story.
That's honestly, it's on screen right now. That is the top story. Right there. Shocked community tell of safety concerns after pensioner was hit by car. I mean, that's pretty bad. Farm hoping to welcome campers amid concerns from neighbors and highway bosses. So we've got that's going down in Market Drayton as well.
Huge.
Yeah, huge. Plans to reintroduce beavers on Shropshire estate next year. That's big news. That's big news.
Huge.
That's huge.
This is
huge.
massive. Why aren't more people talking about this?
Oh my God. Thank God we are here. Plans
Yep.
to reintroduce beavers on Shropshire estate next year. Beavers are set to be reintroduced onto a county.
It's about time. It's about damn time.
Yeah, onto a country estate on the border of Shropshire. There's a great picture of a beaver. Great picture. Can I tell you? Oh my God, this is the second most read story on this website. Second most read story, just behind Telford carer among protesters who blocked road and sprayed paint over car showroom. Just below that are the plans to reintroduce beavers on Shropshire estate next year. Following the success of its water vole reintroduction, Trentham Estate has submitted plans for a beaver enclosure with the hope of housing up to four. This whole article is because someone's going to let 4 beavers live in. 4. Have I got this right? Plans for a beaver enclosure with the hope of housing up to 4 Eurasian beavers. 725 acres. I should probably just read this in my spare time. But we're reintroducing 4 beavers into the local area, and that's the second most read story.
Yeah. It's huge.
This is huge. Who am I to play this down?
I wonder if they'll talk about it on NXT or AEW.
Oh my God. Oh, there's a lovely shot of the estate where the 4 beavers are going to be living. Lovely shot. Look at all that greenery. Look at that estate. Oh, the beavers are going to love that. They are going to love that. Beavers are often referred to as ecosystem engineers. Hey, tell me, do you ever refer to beavers as ecosystem engineers?
Often, quite often.
Quite often, yes.
Yeah.
Their role in combating climate change is increasingly being recognized as they make changes to their habitats, such as capising trees. What the hell is that? And damming smaller water. Damn you! Damn you, watercourse! Damn you! That's what they do, basically. But that's huge. I'm so excited for that news.
Retribution saying saw the story on TV today, Daze.
Yeah.
So it's making the rounds.
Yeah. I think it was on the main news.
East Midlands.
News at 10. News at 10.
Yeah.
Big news. Has it made it onto like CNN and Fox? Let me just have a quick look.
Also, I do want to point out William Hensey said that there are now 3 other serial killers in his neighborhood, so things are getting crowded, I think.
Do you know you've not picked up the 4 beavers being released in Market Drayton as one of your...
I don't know why.
Not one of your
It must
top
be
stories?
because that guy tried to have sex on the beach in Boston in October, mid-October.
He's lucky you lot didn't let beavers out at that time, isn't he, eh? He's
Yep.
thinking of doing them such things. I wouldn't be going into that estate giving it a go. Not with the beavers around.
I just want to... William is here, so I just want to say 2 things to my boy. William, last Thursday, I saw Shazza McKenzie take on Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, and I thought of you while watching that wrestling match. Then Love Doug was there too. I thought of you. And that's it. It's just nice to see wrestlers support our community members, support them. Yeah.
So disappointing with the wrestler that will no longer be named. I don't know what happened there, but it still hurts. It still hurts.
Oh, it always hurts, but at least we have Becca, we got Doug, we got Shaza, and we got what's her name that you're besties with? The AEW champ right now,
John Moxley.
Thunder Rosa. Aren't you like best friends
Oh.
with Thunder Rosa?
Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm great friends with Tony Khan. Me and Tony Khan just hug each other.
TK.
Never is around. Love that guy. Listen, I need to shoot off and do NXT.
You do.
Uh,
You need to shoot off,
need
but
to shoot
before
off.
you shoot off,
Go on then.
you need to do a poll for the chat, don't you?
Oh, yeah, for next week.
Yeah. No, you don't, because we already know what we're talking about. So never mind. I'm a liar. So everyone, ignore what I just said. Casey, make a community on Goodreads for all of us.
You did make a good point, though.
Okay.
And your good point was that next week we want your submissions. If you watched this show and thought to yourself, what the flip was this all about, right? Don't worry. Next week, we want your community submissions. So next week, I want to hear from you guys. I want you guys to send in pictures, videos, whatever you want. Maybe you're putting it up on TikTok. Maybe you've got plans to put up pictures on Facebook anyway. Send them over to us. Yeah, I don't want people like necessarily having to go out of their way, but let us. You must have an idea of what you're dressing as for Halloween. So send in your pictures.
I'm dressing up as D21 Beast. So Sonny's letting us all know that Tim Hortons now has ice cream. So I think that this is important news. That's somehow your news channel. That must be the #1 news trending. That's why people aren't picking up the beavers.
Still beavers, to be honest, buds. Still beavers.
Great try, Sonny, but Tim Hortons isn't as important as these 4 beavers.
But yes, we want your. I was just looking at what D21 Beast was. And
also, hang on, Sonny. Do you still flirt with the what is it, Times Square or the Empire State Building? Is that like, who are you still flirting with on Twitter? Do we have an update there?
Yeah, that was
like, I want a weekly update on this.
That was random. She was flirting with someone from the Empire,
Yeah.
the Empire, the official Empire State Building Twitter account.
Yeah, so like, you know, I don't want to kink shame, but like that's
I like the idea of her flirting with just random buildings.
Right?
Maybe we could do Chrysler Building, or maybe we could go after
Yeah.
like the Taj Mahal. Maybe we could like
Yeah.
tick some off a list.
Sonny,
This
you
week,
should try
Sonny
flirting with
flirts
the
with-
Hancock.
Whoa, hang on. I'm really sorry, guys. That is nothing to do with this channel whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, it is, in all fairness, good life advice, but that is not reflective as to what we stand for here on the Wrestling Escape Pods. There will be a full investigation. Everyone that was involved has been temporarily suspended. And obviously, we'll let you know how that investigation plays out. But yeah, next week, send in your pictures, send in your videos, send in anything to do with the Halloween costumes. I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed, but I must admit I'm also not surprised. And hopefully you'll join us next week when we can look to put the. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Appreciate the support, and see you again next time.